which is a language they never use, and here are the different characters from Mario. And here in the first book that you'll see, we'll have a few different colors throughout the year with the different letters, and this one starts with Aleph. The Talmud program also has big storybooks, and we also have smaller ones, and this is one that has to do with reading in this curriculum. And we also have Ario Kal, which is an individualized computer program that goes along with the Ario program, and each child will have their own username, and they'll be able to log in and do review and practice of the different reading and writing skills that we're learning with the different letters on the computer in school. And we also have flashcards that we cut into small cards for each week for each letter that we do. And so these are the Aleph words. So there's cards with pictures and cards with just words, and you could help your child review them by playing a matching game, reviewing them, then playing a game. And that's given each week once we learn the new letter.
Each week there's 6 words. Each unit comes with 6 new words.
Yeah, and there's also a teacher-made reading and writing booklet that you will see come home every day. Yeah, that's the reading, and this is the writing, and we'll talk more about the homework later.
Okay. We start our day with a lot of Hebrew language. All the procedures, everything that we do, all the commands, Yotzi, Sefer, Lavi, Devet, Lavi, Paol, and so on, everything is in Hebrew. And Litzvah, we have little songs from the Ario program that we sing, so the children are learning, like it's Ech Lomdim, Ailadim Sovim, Ailadim Kutvim, Ailadim Ko'im, whatever it is, and the children are learning because everything that we do, we act out with where it comes with a picture so that they learn what the vocabulary is. We have the Ta'am program is only one facet of our Hebrew language program. We work in units, in words that we learn all the time. We do the weather every day in Hebrew. We do the day, they know the days of the week. We talk about the seasons. We're going to learn about the seasons. So if it's fall, we're going to learn fall words like leaves, trees, and so on, and rain, what you wear, what you wear in the fall, etc. We have, this is a series, this comes in 4 books, the reading program, and the Hebrew language program comes in 2 books, Shalom 1 and 2. And one of the things that we do in class also is we have Toanim, we have monitors, so that the children are learning a lot of vocabulary because we have Toran Shel Or, Toran Shel Paol, Toran Shel Tzva'im, Toran Shel Loach Chacham. Oh, this is it. Toran Shel Ashpa, garbage, so that they're all Toran Shel Piseh, they have to push in the chairs, so that they're learning a lot of vocabulary like that. We have Smartboard interactive games, and one of the things that we started last year was how-to projects in Hebrew. So at which point the children are totally immersed in, we do it in small groups, and the children are totally immersed in Hebrew program. If they want something, they have to Samuel would say, like let's say if we are making an afifon, a kite, אני מקפלת את הנייר, אני גוזרת במספריים, and so on. All of these things are done in Hebrew, and after a while they just, it just becomes second nature to them. just a word of caution. When these books are going to come home, there are certain books that we expect the children to be reading from. Those are the Ariel book, this, and the phonics books. These, have a look at them. What we use these books for is they're very, very colorful and they're very, very beautiful. We use them for songs so that the children are able to learn that Hebrew is from right to left. Most of these are songs. So if they know phonemic, if they hear, many of them know the letters. So if they have phonemic awareness and they know it's made with a tuft, they'll be able to follow along. Because we'll have it on the smart board and they'll follow, and then they're able to follow it. But we do not expect them to be reading these books. Some of them will be able to, but if your child cannot read it, does not understand it, please do not expect them to, because it's more about the pictures and more about the following. If there are pages that we do spend time on, we will say that they can read and understand it. But for the most part, some of them will understand it globally using the pictures and understanding it through the words. Okay, so we start off our year with Tefillah charts, and Talam has new charts. And because the transition from kindergarten is really very, very big, we like to have them come in a little circle and we daven together and we look at the words together and they learn to follow. And after a week or two, many of them are able, if we'll say, let's say if we're singing Matovu Alecha, which Ezemilazi Yaakov, and they're able to either hear it, many of them are able to find it, so they're able to recognize the words. After like 2-3 weeks that we use that, we have a smart word Siddur, and that we point to, and again, the children are able to recognize. They see the word Baruch so many times, whatever word that they see, and they recognize because they've seen it. A few weeks after that, they get a paper Siddur, and that's the Siddur that they will be using until February, when we have our very big Siddur play. We'll send you, I know the other classes play is February 14th. Maybe this is the 15th, the day after, I'm not sure. We can send you an email. When we get the Siddur, the children will be expected to know the geography of the Siddur. In other words, like how do you find Birkat Hamazon? How do you find Adon Olam? They'll be able to locate the Tefillot. In the beginning, they'll be pointing to the words and singing, but towards the end of the year, I would say probably by April, May, they will have learned all the letters, so they'll be able to decode it. So that's going to be the progression for Tefillah, and we start off with what the children left off in kindergarten, and we build on that.
Yeah, by the end of first grade, we'll start in the beginning of Shemona Esrei, and they'll know the first 3 brachot, so they learn a lot of Tefillah.
Parshat HaShavua is going to be taught. We're going to start off with a story. We show very large pictures in the beginning of the week. We start Parshat HaShavua already Monday, and we have very large pictures, and we'll tell the story in English using the pictures. As the week goes on, we'll use more and more Hebrew phrases, and by the end of the week, we can already ask them questions in Hebrew that they can answer. So every week you will get it's in black and white, the story of the parsha. In the beginning, there'll be maybe one word, or at the very beginning, no words. And as the year goes on and the children's vocabulary grows and their reading ability, we'll have more for them to read. In addition to that, there'll be an email every Friday with a couple of questions and answers for Parshat Shavua. Because I remember when my children were growing up how important it was for them to feel successful if you know what it is that we've emphasized in class and you want to go over Parsha over Shabbat. We also work we do Parsha projects if they're appropriate, and we work on the Midot and the timeless lessons of the Torah.
Every month we'll have virtual visits to a city in Israel, and we're going to try to learn about a different city in Israel so that they could connect more with the country.
And you know what, if anybody has pictures of the children in Israel to send to the class to share with us, we would love to show it to the class. They always like to share, and it just makes it so much more personal and meaningful to them.
Right, and that'll be especially, we have an Israel museum around Yom HaAtzmaut time where it's a big deal, and if you have then any pictures that, if you've been to Israel with them, pictures of them, if they haven't been to Israel, pictures of family or something back from Israel, and they will bring that in, and that's like really exciting to them.
Through the Avichai Foundation. It was called Better Lessons. And one of the things that each team or individuals was told to study a particular thing, and the thing that I chose to study was the social emotional learning and how to create a positive classroom environment in the class. And one of the things that we will be doing is morning meetings with the children. We're going to sit on the floor. We're going to learn that when you talk to somebody, you have to look in their eyes. You learn how to share and how to give other people opportunities to talk and to value what everybody's saying and to be compassionate, to other people. One of the things that it's a very fun time because especially coming into a new environment and continuously throughout the year to play little games with them for a couple minutes before we start class, it really creates a very nice environment in the class. One of the things that we work very hard at in the transition from a kindergarten preschooler to becoming a student is to pride in your work, to become risk takers, to be responsible for your own materials. In kindergarten, I think everybody shares. They bring their own things and they have their names on it and they have to take care of it. They have to put it in their cubbies. They have to be in charge of their folders. They have to know that the folders not only go home, but they have to come back. And we'll talk more about the folders in a few minutes. A very important thing in learning is to learn how to advocate for oneself. If something is too hard, or you don't have, or you need something, you need to speak up, and you need to let us know. We have a lot of different procedures, and we always explain to the class that it's very important to have order, and that we have order wherever we are. I can't go to ShopRite and just grab something and eat it, or I can't throw things on the floor. When I cross the street, I have to watch that I'm looking, just like we have, that there are rules in families and there are rules in classrooms, and the reason that we have them is to keep everybody safe and that they know exactly what to expect and then they're doing the right thing. And also in a classroom to be accountable for completing one's work. They sometimes get a few things to work on, and they need to know that this is their job for the day and that they're accountable to do the best that they can. The other thing that we have is the weekly Sichot, or conversations. That is a program that was set up by our school psychologist, which helps children with making friends, conflict resolutions, and so on.
So a big thing in first grade that we start is the rotation model. The English teachers probably also spoke about that, but we do it in Hebrew as well. And there are different stations, and usually there are two with the teacher and one independent, or two with the one with one teacher, one with the other teacher, and one group on Ario Kal once that becomes independent for them. And it really allows for small group learning and for differentiated instruction where each child could really learn in the best way possible for them, and especially in a small group, it's easier to see what each child needs, and we're able to really give more one-on-one help and attention when we have these small groups.
And it's not only help if a child needs to be more accelerated. We have a lot of opportunity. That certainly gives us an opportunity to do it.
Right. And so we, in addition to just having the small groups, we have multimodal learning, where, which means that we have things that if a child is more into, that they are able to learn by seeing. We have things that they can see, things that they could read, pictures. But then if the child is more to learn more by hearing, so we also have games where there's sound, saying the words, repeating instructions, repeating things out loud, and songs also could help with that kind of learning. And we also have multi-sensory activities. So for example, on one of the first few days of school, we'll be learning Aleph, and the kids will be able to make Alephs out of different things they see around the room, and it can really help them with different, it's good for all children to do in different, for their sensory, to do Aleph in different ways, not just writing or not just seeing it. So that will help with that. And we also, throughout the year, with the different letters that we learn, we write in sands, and it's good for different ways to learn.
The students of today are not like the students of 10 years ago and many years before that, so we have to accommodate them accordingly. And there are a lot of things today that we're very lucky about. Although we're not able to, we don't have the accessibility to hundreds of games the way the secular teachers do, there is much much more today, so I just want to tell you a little bit about it. We spoke about the Ariyot Kal program, which is an individualized program for each child to work on the computer. They work at their own pace, and then the teachers get a readout of how they're doing, where they're at, what they're excelling at, what they're having difficulties on. We have smart board games. The smart board games are more for whole class instruction. They're iPad games that our teacher made, and I want to tell you about a few of the programs that we use because sometimes you'll be getting them at home. So one of the programs that we use is Quizlet, and Quizlet is the beauty of it is that, let's say, if supposing we're working on objects in the classroom and we want to review it. So you'll see a card, there'll be a card, and then it'll say, let's say the word is chalon, it'll be chalon, it'll say chalon, and then they turn it over and they see a picture, and there are a few games that they're able to play. And they get a score, and the games this is available to them, and usually there'll be a computer assignment like once a week. Another program that the kids enjoy a lot is Daber. Daber is going to be mid-year because you have to be able to read English. They have like 4 or 5 different types of games that if we send in the words that we are reviewing, they have a puzzle that the children can play, they can drag things down, they enjoy that a lot. Nearpod is an iPad game that is also teacher created that takes Hebrew. So let's say we're learning about Rosh Hashanah and we have a few objects and we want to ask them, show them a picture and say which one is Dvash, and they click it, and then the teachers automatically can get the readout from the entire class and see who knew or did not know the word. So then there's Tiny Tap. Tiny Tap was wonderful, and then they got together with this program called Jewish Interactives, which is a program, I think it comes out of South Africa, and it's a wonderful program because teachers can work on it, and you get teachers from all over the world, literally all over the world, and what you do is you can have, like, if you have a picture of Tashlif, you can get people that look Jewish, people with a siddur, all the Jewish icons come on, you can speak on it, you can take a picture on it. There are tons of games. So let's say if we send you home a game that we have created for homework, and your child really enjoys playing on the iPad, and you want them to do more Rosh Hashanah games, you can type on search on top Rosh Hashanah, and then the games are going to come on. And the last time I looked, there must have been about, I don't know, at least 10 of them, and you can see what is appropriate for your child. Or you want to review Hebrew games, whatever, you can type in numbers, and it'll lead you to the people, and it's really very, very lovely. The other thing that came slightly before the JI Studio, which is for teachers to create games, is called Jewish Interactives. And last year we had children create, like, they made a mat for Hanukkah to put the candles under. They took a background that they loved and people that they loved and the Chanukiah, and they with a click, they took the brachot and they made their own mats. We had them laminated and it was lovely. And in the older grades they've done, I saw it was a Megillah that they made, and they chose their own pictures. So we're very lucky to have this. A very fun thing that the kids, that is new for us is Kahoot. Is another iPad game that the whole class plays, and they're in a race to do things and to answer questions. And this is something that I learned in this class that I'm very, very excited about. I hope it'll work out. It's called Seesaw. So what happens with Seesaw is it's an iPad program, but I think it can be used on a Chromebook too, the woman said. And what you can do is your child can, let's say they've created something and they want to tell you about it. Another child can take a picture of them and it can go in their portfolio. They work very nicely on something and you want to encourage them to do their best because after all, mom and dad can open this up at home and look at the work, at their best work. It's very, very motivating. This is really wow works and it's young. You can take it and put it on. It motivates them to read. Let's say you want them to read a story. They can, can take a picture of this story, or they within a short period of time, can take a picture of the story that they're reading, and they can read it to you. And it really creates a lot of pride and a lot of excitement, and it'll be like, hopefully, a year-long digital portfolio of where they started in the beginning of the year, and all the exciting things that we do in the class. And this is a really very, very nice tool that it's so wonderful that we'll be able to use it for Limudei Kodesh as well, and make it very exciting for us. Oh, you know what, while this is coming on, homework procedure, we have a red folder. We requested a red folder. So one side of the red folder is going to have on the bottom of it, Bayit, a picture of a house. That means things that are in it stay home. So please regularly, if it's in the Bayit side, please take it out. And on the other side, it's going to say Beit Sefer, school. So that means that if it's a reading booklet or a writing booklet or whatever is in the Beit Sefer side, the school side, needs to come back the next day. There is homework every night. There is a reading page and a writing page in our booklets. Sometimes, we did not show, there's going to be, this is the Milon. The Milon is going to have all the words, it's in the back here, of the Ariot units. So every week we will just request that you review the words. And the reason it's so important is because when they do the Ariot Kal, first of all, it's important for them to review and to master the words to make sure that they stay there, but it really helps them out when they do the Ariot Kal and the words are important. Shachar Sharona, the characters, it's not so important, but certainly the words that they learn are.
And every week we'll have a homework sheet where it'll say the homework for each night. And usually, for most of the time, it's going to be a reading page and a writing page. And we also try to date the page, so in case the page changed, or usually it's the right page, but you'll see on the top the date, and you'll know that in here they have to read that page twice. And in here is the writing page. And it'd be great if you could sign the homework sheet each night. And also on the homework sheet, you always look at them, so you could, if you have any question or note or something, you could write it on there. So
very important. Like, we come in 8 o'clock, and that's when we look at our computer. And as teachers, we do not have the opportunity to go on the computers until later in the afternoon when we get home. So if there's something important, please do it before. Email us before 8 o'clock, or a note is better. Because like I said, it may not be relevant at 4:30, and we really don't have the opportunity. Snacks, especially in the afternoon. Our children eat lunch at 11 o'clock. There are many days the children do not like what they're eating, so they're hungry. So we recommend that maybe send an additional snack, like 2-3 snacks, because they do get hungry.
Or sometimes they'll say they ate both snacks in the morning and then they're
We heard.
complaining to us.
You told us.
Right.
So yeah, 3 snacks would be good. Also, bringing in tzedakah. We like collecting tzedakah, and that'd be great. That's a good thing to bring in as well. And music we have on Tuesdays. That does not affect anything we have to bring in or anything. But gym we have on Thursdays. So on Thursdays they should wear sneakers.
Okay, and yeah.
I thought it was twice, no?
Yeah, we do. Once in Hebrew, once in English.
Oh, but it's just your day is Thursday.
What's that?
Gym, isn't gym twice? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
in
They
Hebrew
also
time
have-
it's Thursday.
And English time they said it's also Thursday?
No,
No,
I don't
it's
know
not.
what tell.
Oh, okay.
So it's probably a different.
I don't know what day, I don't know what day it is.
Thursday.
But if maybe I'll tell them to send you an email.
Yeah.
And,
It was Tuesday.
Sure.
Tuesday, yeah. Oh my
I took
gosh.
it was Tuesday.
Totally missed that.
And art is Thursday.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, gym is Tuesday, art is Thursday, library is to be.
So now gym is also.
Okay, so Tuesday, Thursday, and sneakers.
So last year we started something that we called Ochel Bari, and we encourage the children to bring in healthy foods. And we'll keep a little, a chart and a motivation chart, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, to learn a lot of the foods. We also, when we say the Rachel, we have a chart with all the different types of foods that they eat, and miyavi banana, miyavi tutsadeh, miyavi gezer, miyavi sukaya, whatever it is, so they learn a lot of Hebrew vocabulary with that.
And just one more thing about the homework. So when you finally will give each kid a zip-lock bag or an envelope with their number on it and their name, and these go home. So it's good to review with the words for that week and then keep the cards at home and then bring back the envelopes, and you can send new words for the next week, and you could add it to your cards at home to keep reviewing. But that would be helpful.
So one of the most important things is that we are in a partnership. We're very excited to meet your children next week. And we are as eager and excited and motivated for this to be a wonderful year for all the children. We're there for you. Please don't hesitate to call, to contact us. We are not only interested in their ability to read and write, we're interested in their emotional, social emotional growth, etc. And we're so excited and looking forward to a wonderful year.
And one more thing, my email was just changed yesterday, so this will work, what you have here, it will be sent to me, but there's a shorter one now that you can use, so it's just jledner@Mariah.School. It'll still come.
Shana Tova.
Shana Tova, thank